Holy packs. All right, guys, as you can see, making progress into this huge box of vintage cards. These beat up, run over by the truck vintage cards. So I'm starting to see the bottom here. You can start seeing the bottom of the box here in the corner. Whoopsie, as I hit the camera. So I am making my way through. I think I got about a third left, I guess, if I had to guess. I couldn't tell you for certain, but I think it's about a third left. So I got another group of cards here to show you that I went through. Pretty much sorted through. I took them out from here and I'm putting them into this box here. I got a medium flat rate box. So to give you guys a little behind the scenes thing of what I'm doing is basically taking, you know, any of the commons and some of the semi-stars, throwing them in here. Then these ones that I kind of go through, some of these, you know, I am interested in and I'll keep for myself, but most of them, you know, the condition that they're in and everything else, I'm not going to keep them. So if you remember, in one of my videos, I told you I paid $20 for this entire box. You know, it was full, right up to the top, it was full. So I've broken it out into smaller boxes and thrown some of these nice cards, you know, throw some of the good cards in there. And then selling those, breaking those smaller boxes off and selling those for $20 a piece. And selling them on, I think, Macari for right now. That's been the easiest platform to sell them on. But I am telling people straight up, you know, the condition of the cards are worn, but at least they are getting a good card. One of the boxes I threw in there, I put the John Elway card in there because it was completely creased and everything else, so there's nothing really I could do with it. But, you know, it's a fun card to pull, and, you know, where else can you get a whole bunch of vintage superstars and a bunch of commons for 20 bucks? So I think there's, like, you know, in each box that ends up being close to 600 cards. So for 20 bucks a pop, that's not too bad. And for me, it's good because I spent 20 bucks and I think I've made probably 4 or 5 different boxes so far. I already sold one. A couple of people are interested in the other one. So I think I'll be able to move them. And so I'll be able to, you know, make 3 or 4 times X my money, which is always what you're trying to do. But nonetheless, here we go with what I've pulled so far out of this batch. So we got the 84 tops batting leaders again for the A's. You got Ricky Henderson in there leading the way for the A's. We've seen him a couple times. This one's a weird one because it's you know, it's Steve Carlton, right? So Steve Carlton, Carlton Fisk, and I don't know where they got together. They must have been at an all-star game, and then of course someone just probably took a picture of it and probably thought it was funny having Steve Carlton, right, and then Carlton Fisk. You know, so there's really no reason to have them together on a I guess a card together, but you know, it's just a fun play on word there with their names and everything else. So I'm sure that's what they were doing. You got the 82 Orioles leaders with Eddie Murray on the batting side and Sammy Stewart on the pitching side. You got the runs RBI leaders for 82, or I guess 81 for the 82 card. You got Mike Schmidt and Eddie Murray. So you're gonna get some dinged up corners here, but these cards are, again, for this box, is in pretty decent shape. Now, these are the fun ones here. So you got the Junkyard Dog here for the WWF. So I always liked him. I always thought he was funny. But I guess I didn't realize he was used to be an lineman. Nice. So he used to be a college football lineman, which makes sense. I mean, it's, as big as these guys were, you'd figure they had to play some college ball or something. This was the only, so far, I mean, there might be more in here, but this was the only Garbage Pail Kid I gotten so far. So Distortin Morton, and again, surprisingly good shape for being in that box. So I'll take it. I hadn't had a Garbage Pail Kid card yet. This one I thought was funny. Again, you got Andre the Giant being tied up by, I thought this was Hacksaw Jim Duggan, but this is Big John Studd. But I don't know, maybe he started as Big John Studd and then he became Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I don't know. It kind of looks like him, right? No. But always cool to get Andre the Giant. And then speaking of Giants, here you got Walter Payton in the Super Action card. So this one's in good enough shape. So this is like one that I will keep for myself, right? That's in good enough shape that I like to keep. But then you got the 82 Royals leaders for the 81 batting. So of course George Brett is on there for Royals. He's probably there every year. And then you got this Larry Gura. This was my first Willie Stargell card out of this group, but again, coming from the 82 Fleer, I think it is, 81 Fleer. So a little banged up, little dented up, but always cool to get a Hall of Famer like him. This one, I had no idea what it was. And again, this is the first kind of card I got like this. It's like some sort of monsters card, but they're trying to make jokes about it. So I guess these are creatures from different monster movies. And then, but it's like a 1980, I can't even tell, Universal City Studios. So I don't know. This was the only card of this kind that I had in this box so far, so I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be doing. This one I pulled aside because I'll keep this one for myself too. This one's a 1973 card for Jeffrey Tornberg, but not that he's super special or anything, but you know, anytime you can pull a early 70s card out of this box, I'm gonna try and keep it. You got Jim Palmer in the 81 Donruss. And then this is another one I'll keep. It is banged up, so maybe I won't keep it, but Raleigh Fingers pitching in the World Series. So it's a 1974 card of Raleigh Fingers, so pretty cool for that. You got Everson Walls, who is always making the Pro Bowl. Great cornerback. I think he also played for the Giants down the road once he stopped playing for the Cowboys there. But another banged up card. You get Donnie Baseball in the 87 Donruss opening day. So this is actually one of the latest cards you get, but always fun to have the opening day card here. And my first Don Mattingly card. I was hoping maybe to get a rookie or something out of him. Here you got the most hits in the NL, and I said this before, right? I kind of like that they do these kind of cards here with Fleer as a way to try to make it a little different in the hobby. But again, the design is a little to be desired. Now this one I like because these ones they give you the star profile of the character. So we had one with Princess Leia, we had the Boba Fett one. So this one, in other ones, there's obviously Princess Leia and Han Solo get involved, right? So in this, so it's 1980. So as they have him now, so they have him at age 34, 6 feet tall. So if you remember, Princess Leia was 20 years old. So there's a 14-year difference between the character Han Solo and Princess Leia. So, I mean, both of legal age, so that's good. nothing going on there that isn't legal, but a 14-year difference between their age. So they end up having a romantic relationship in the movie. Then you got Tony Dorsett. This is the first card of his I gotten. Not a rookie card, but obviously a very good running back for the Cowboys. I don't know if he made the Hall of Fame or not, but and then of course I'm always gonna pull any Vader card, right, and put him aside, the ominous one. So always fun to get hit. You got Clay Matthews. Obviously, what's interesting here is like Clay Matthews, obviously a good football player in his own right. I don't like that they just put the interception things, especially he's an outside linebacker, but he gets a ton of tackles and everything else. So you'd rather see that. But Clay's father played, right, for the 49ers, right? They say right here in the 50s. So his father played, Clay Matthews played, and you had Clay Matthews Jr. playing as well. So you had 3 generations of football players are making it into the NFL, which is always pretty cool. This one is the Fabulous Freebirds. I don't remember this group at all, but you know, always funny to see how what these wrestlers were like. This one again, as I'm pulling aside because if it's an older card, I think it's the 1970s tops. So not that he was a great player or anything else, but anytime you can get a real vintage card like that, I'm putting it aside. Then you get another super action card with Terry Bradshaw. So I think we had a regular card of his that I pulled aside. I don't know if this one's in good shape, but still banged up pretty good on the corner. I might just throw it in the box. All right, and now on to me getting more of these cards here. So the 86-87 Fleer set. So we got Al Wood, and this one's a little banged up, so I may try and see if I can flatten that out somehow. Same thing with Alex English, right? You got a nice little curve in there. Maybe I'll stick him under a book or something and flatten it out. But if it was able to get flattened out, it wouldn't be too bad. The corners obviously are dinged, but that's about it. You got Gus Williams, You got Sidney Moncrief, Luis Orr, throwing Higgins doing karate or kung fu. Oh, I didn't even know. I forgot I put that in there. That's great. Is karate nice? No one even believes for a second, for 1 second, that you're gonna do any karate there, Higgins. That's great. You got Herb Williams. You got Purvis Short. This is actually probably the best condition out of any of the cards so far that I've gotten. That one's the best condition. And Reggie, I don't know how you say his last name. Theus or Theus, I don't know. But in any case, so another, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another 9 Fleer cards, right? And let me show you what I'm doing with those. So I don't know if there would be any interest, right, from anybody anywhere. So like in terms of, you know, it's just a fun set to have or fun cards to have, but like the condition that they're in, I don't think they offer too much value. And, oh yeah, I didn't show you guys this yet. So I showed you that I've gotten a couple of the backs of the sticker cards, right? Julius Erving, Akeem Olajuwon, Isaiah Thomas, and Patrick Ewing. So I thought, oh, maybe they just peeled the sticker off, but I don't think that was the case, because if you look at Akeem Olajuwon, right, in the box, crinkled up, was his sticker. So it is there. They can get some like glue or something and stick it back on, but it was there. But in any case, I got, you know, what is it now? I got probably about a good 40 of the cards, maybe 30 to 40 of the cards. And again, some big names in there. So I'm trying to see if I can, you know, I bet there's more in here. So I'm going to put them aside and see if I can get, you know, if the Jordans in there, that would be awesome. But if not, maybe try and sell the set. But here we go. Who is this right here? Kiki Van Weeg? Kiki Van Weeg? I don't know who the heck you are. Van de Weeg? Never heard of you. But dude scored like, he was averaging almost 30 points a game. How did I never hear of you and he was that good? Yeah, well. Anyway, so I'll add this guy to the list. So we'll keep going through this box. We'll probably do a couple more videos. Given how many more cards there are, there's still a lot to go through here. But we'll keep going through them and seeing what we can find. And I'm hoping that I might be able to get at least one more good rookie out of this pile. So until the next one, guys. See ya.